Let's make over my boring builder grade mirror for $50. And to avoid power tools, I'm going to use these miter shears. Then I take some black craft paint and paint the trim and these ornate appliques I'll be using. Once that paint is dry, I'm taking silver leaf and gold leaf rub and buff, mixing them together and using a blush brush to apply it to everything. Then I take some power grip adhesive, apply it to the very edge of the mirror, and apply the trim pieces. Now for my favorite part, I am taking that same power grip adhesive, adding it to the back of these appliques, and applying them to the corners. And just like that, for about $50, I took my boring builder grade mirror and made it custom and full of character.
Are you a renter or homeowner looking for a non-permanent way to jazz up your bathroom? Then here's your sign to get a little crafty, break out your tools, and get to work. For this project, I first measured my bathroom mirror to determine its dimensions, then headed to the hardware store to pick up my supplies. I found some 4-foot pre-cut 1x4s and got a total of 6 for my project. Once I got home, I attached 2 of the boards with a bit of adhesive and a mending plate on one side. Then I repeated that for 2 more boards. For my sized mirror, I cut the 2 longer connected boards to 63¼ inches and the 2 shorter boards to 33½ inches using my jigsaw because that's what I have. Next, I attached all the boards together into a rectangle using a corner bracket in each corner. On the same side, I used the mending plates. Then I painted the very top and the inner border of the frame with some dark green paint I already had on hand. For the next step in this project, I used these black and white flower peel and stick tiles I found on Amazon. I first cut the tiles in half so I had 1 flower on one side and 2 on the other side. Then I cut the tiles again into 3½ by 3½ inch squares. It was now time to make sure the frame fit around my bathroom mirror. I had to remove my towel hanger and wall shelves to get it in, but it fit perfectly. I kept it on the mirror because I didn't want to go through the process of removing it, but I'd recommend finishing it prior to installing it. To make sure the frame was safe and secure, I added 4 command strips to the top that hold up to 20 pounds. Next, I began placing the peel and stick tiles onto the wooden frame, leaving a bit of gap in between each tile. Next, I mixed up some grout I already had on hand to a smooth peanut butter consistency and applied it to the gaps the same way you would with real tiles. You could also use caulk or joint compound to get the same effect. Lastly, I hot glued some Dollar Tree nautical rope to the inside edge of the frame to hide the reflection of the command strips. Now my boring bathroom mirror has some personality and is super cute with the addition of this renter-friendly frame. I hope this tutorial inspired you to create your own framed bathroom mirror.
To start, I'm removing the kitchen outlet covers in the kitchen backsplash area, then cleaning the wall. Next, I'm painting the entire backsplash wall with a fresh coat of wall paint. Now I'm measuring the vertical space between the top cupboards and the lower backsplash riser that's attached to the wall. I'm now taking those measurements and transferring them to a few strips of 2½ inch MDF primed trim molding, then cut to my desired length using a miter saw. Next, each molding piece is getting painted with the same paint as my backsplash wall. Since I want the adhesion to be removable, I'm using command strips, which can be removed at a later date without leaving any damage, making this idea rent-friendly. The large molding piece is being placed first. Next, I'm positioning, then sticking each molding piece vertically along the entire backsplash where desired. And here's how easy it is to remove the wood strips. The result is a gorgeous board and batten kitchen backsplash that resembles a wooden feature wall without the bigger expense or endless trimming fuss a real wood wall would entail. I hope this inspires you to turn a simple backsplash area into a super stylish look that doesn't break the bank.
If you have a dark and dated bathroom that looks anything like this one, then you may benefit from this weekend renovation. In this bathroom, I first grabbed my favorite brightly colored wallpaper. It was a peel and stick version, so it was easy for me to reposition it a few times to make sure that I had it straight and level. After my wallpaper was in place, the next step was to add some interest to the lower wall. I grabbed some pre-made molding panels. I made sure they were level, and then I taped them in place while I went to grab my nail gun. I used a nail gun to secure them, and then used caulking all the way around to seal the gap between the molding and the wall. During that time, I had my husband bring in a new blue vanity that I found on sale and secure that in place. Now I had to deal with the mirror. It's a large, boring mirror, but I didn't want to spend money on a new one. I had some extra pieces of shiplap left over from another project, and I wanted to be able to use them somehow in the bathroom. I didn't measure them with a measuring tape. Instead, I measured them right in place so that I could make sure they'd fit snugly and securely against the mirror. The tricky part came when I got to the mirror clips. As you can see, they're going to be completely in the way. So I simply cut away a piece of the shiplap so that it would go around the mirror clip area. This way the mirror clip could fit, and then the next piece just went right over top of it. Once I had the shiplap cut and secured all along the top and bottom of the mirror, I then used a small piece of molding to finish out the trim. Again, I had to deal with the mirror clips, and this time I had to cut a notch in the molding so that it would sit flat against the mirror without the mirror clip bending it out of shape or making it look warped. I used liquid adhesive to secure the molding to the mirror. I taped it all the way around until the glue could dry. I applied caulking all around the trim molding and also anywhere there was a gap in my shiplap that might need it. Once this was dry, then I was ready to paint my trim and shiplap. After those steps, I used my flat razor blade once again, this time to scrape off any paint, glue, or caulking that had gotten onto the mirror itself. The new light fixture went up, and then all I needed to do was add the modern new faucet that I purchased online. I added some decorative touches to the bathroom, bringing in a little bit of color with these pink hand towels. I also added a fluffy bath towel and a towel which I embroidered with the initials for the name of this condo flip I'm working on. And it was done. I hope you love the way it turned out just as much as I did. The cost on this project for me was approximately $650. I had some of the materials already, like the leftover shiplap, and I had the white paint. I definitely think that the expense was well worth the change that this bathroom underwent. I hope that this inspired you to update your bathroom in a way that you love. Before you spend money on expensive tile, check out this $100 idea. I used shiplap and cut it to size the length of my kitchen wall, and then I painted it using a paint sprayer. You can paint it by hand using a brush, but it just takes a little bit of extra time to make sure that you get all of the tongue sections painted well so that when the shiplap goes together, the color doesn't show any white at all. I placed my first piece in the kitchen, and I made sure to mark where the outlets were. I needed to cut just the little tongue part of the shiplap to make sure that it would not go over the outlet area. I did this using a tool called a multi-tool. It worked well for me and was really quick. Once I notched out that section of the tongue, I simply placed the shiplap in place and secured it using a nail gun. Normally with shiplap, I only apply the nails at the tongue part of the shiplap because then it gets covered up by the next piece and I don't have any nail holes anywhere in my projects. I added my next piece and again marked where my outlets were on the wall. This time I cut the shiplap accordingly and then added those into place using the nail gun. I continued this way up the wall. It took me 4 pieces of shiplap to get to the top of the backsplash and fit right underneath the cabinets. Next, I did the same thing in the area behind the stove and cut the wood to go all the way to the next wall. Next to the refrigerator, I also added the shiplap pieces going around my outlet once again. After that, I put my new appliances in and added little trim pieces to the edges to give my project a finished look. The entire project took only 8 pieces of shiplap total, which ended up costing well under $100 and taking only a couple of hours to complete the project from start to finish. I hope this project inspired you to use shiplap as a backsplash and see how easy and fun it can be.